Okay, so next common question is credit card fees. If somebody gets on the phone with you, they're a client of yours, they call you up and they say, Rick, I'm paying way too much credit card fees. What should I do? What do you tell them?
I'm going to tell them, now listen to this carefully because this is gold right here. I tell them they're asking a $3 question instead of a $30,000 question. No matter how much you play with expenses, you're only going to get so much back. You're asking the wrong questions. For me, it's about sales and gross profit, right? Because if I can get those numbers where I need them to be, then I'm okay with some other stuff. Now, should you shop your expenses? Absolutely. Am I going to look for profit in my business by cutting expenses? Hell no. It's the last place I'm going to go. Okay. So there's a difference between budgeting, a difference between monitoring, and a difference between looking for profit in your expenses. Now, when it comes to credit card fees, listen, we're an industry that for years has derived profit by beating up our parts vendors. We want a point or two more, and we're squeezing them for it to try and get something on the bottom line. It doesn't work like that anymore. You got to be a
Spend 45
businessman.
minutes calling 15 different vendors to find the one part cheapest.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the problem with that, David. If you buy the cheapest part and you have a matrix in place, you're making less money.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you want to find the quality part, get it there as quickly as possible, and take really great care of a vendor, right? Use them as your primary vendor and let them charge what you want. Here's what I did. You want to hear crazy? I went to my vendor when I signed up with them and I said, I want you to charge me 10% more than anybody else. And they went, what? And I was, yeah, because I was 45 minutes away from the vendor. And I said, listen, here's what happens. Your guy leaves the store, and then he goes to this store, and this shop, and then this shop, and this shop, and this shop, and I'm the last one. He goes, yeah. I said, here's what I want you to do. I want to be the first one. I want your guy to come out. I'm the first stop. I'll pay 10% more on everything I buy. The other thing is my warranty was longer than their warranty was. I said, I want you to take care of the part. Not labor. I'll eat the labor. But I want you to help me out with the part. And they agreed to it. We got to be stop being so short-sighted and thinking expenses all the time. Listen, your credit card fees are simply a cost of doing business. If your credit card fees go up, charge more labor. If your health insurance goes up, you charge more labor. That's the way it goes. I had a client of mine call me up. Now, this client, and you know who I'm talking about, Lucas, pays 100% of insurance for his entire staff, families, everybody. And he called me up in January and said, my insurance just went up $28,000. There's no way I can cover that. So I said, listen, send me some numbers. And I asked for some specific numbers. I called them back up and said, go up $3 an hour on your labor. You'll have $32,000 at the end of the year. You'll have $4,000 more, and your insurance is covered.
Yep.
The reality is we've got to be. There's a cost to doing business, and squeezing your expenses is not the way to make money. That's the $3 question. The $30,000 question is, how do I increase sales, and more importantly, how do I increase gross profit margin? Yep. It's huge. Gross profit margin, when you start playing with margin, I'm telling you, it is amazing what it does to business and profitability. And Lucas is a testament to that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we go back to the customer service. When I'm providing value to my customers or to my clients and I'm talking to them, I just had one today and I said, look, we offer a warranty. It's a no hassle warranty. If something happens, no questions asked. If the warranty company won't cover it, you call me, I take care of it. And oh, by the way, here's some cookies and here's a thank you card. And we clean the vehicle, we wash the vehicle, and I'm providing all this value. He all of a sudden stops thinking about the price because he realizes that I'm giving him something for that. And just like with a credit card processing company, you can get a super cheap credit card processing company. And I don't think that there's necessarily something wrong with that, but you get what you pay for. I would much rather work with the bunch I'm working with right now. When I was on vacation in Florida, I sent them a message and said, hey, there's a problem. We sent somebody a pay by text and it didn't show received. And I sent him a text and I said, hey, listen, there's a problem. We can't tell if this customer's paid or not. And within 2 minutes, he called me and he said, hey, I've got you taken care of. We're calling your team to let them know what's up. Here's what the problem was, and here's the solution. I've got it fixed. Right? And to me, I'm like, I'll pay you extra for that. I don't care, because it takes so much stress off of me. I don't have to worry about it.
Here's the thing. You can get some really cheap credit card fees and then not get the deposits. So,
right.
I would rather get 97% and be happy than to get 98% or 99%, and I got to chase them all the time for the deposits. So stop asking $3 questions and start asking $30,000 questions. That's what you want to do. I hope that puts it to bed.
It does, in my opinion, but I'm going to throw a wrench in the mix.
We'll see.
Okay, there is a plethora of questions about these new credit card processors that charge your client the fee. What say you?
Stop being a cheap ass and just pay it.
Amen. That's my belief.
Look, here's the thing that pisses me off. And honestly, let's think about this for a second. It's all about putting yourself in their shoes. I go to a gas station and they have cash and credit. Now I'm using a debit card. I put a debit card in there and I'm paying more money, and it pisses me off. It's a cost of doing business. I shouldn't be the one paying it. I will not use those places unless I absolutely have to. Why do you want to make it harder for your company, for your customer? Figure out what your expenses are. Figure out what your margin needs to be in order to get a healthy, decent profit for your company that allows you to pay your people properly, because guess what? Getting help is getting tougher and tougher. You're going to see the pay going up more and more. Okay? And if you're not prepared for that, you best just lock the door and break the key in the lock right now. Okay? So you've got to have a profit model in place. You've got to stop subsidizing repairs for your customers and then try to beat up your vendors to make a profit. You got to charge appropriately. You got to communicate it properly so the customer is not surprised. Customers don't mind spending money as long as they're given the choice to spend it. You spend it for them, they're upset. You talk to them, you go through it, you give them options, they make a choice, now they're happy.